What's up, my brother? Welcome to Trust Me, Bro. How you doing tonight?
Good, my brother. How you doing?
Very good. So we ended up watching a pretty boring game, I think. Bills Jets. It's a inter division Monday Night Football primetime game in New York City, right?
Yep. Yeah, it looked like it has a promise, but I think you and I both wanted a boring game because
Yep.
we were defending tonight. So
Yeah, that's right.
held off Aaron Rodgers. Man, I didn't have a whole lot of points to give, and that last kick helped.
Right.
Yeah, but how'd you do this week?
Pretty good. Played in 5 leagues, so I won 3 and lost 2. So
Nice.
I'll take it.
Yeah, take that for sure, man. Well, second week in a row, 4-0.
4-0. Look at you, brother.
Yep,
Wow, man. That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
That's great. 2 in a row of running the table. Great
Yep.
job, brother. That's
Puts
awesome.
me 6-1 in one league, and then
Nice.
3-3 in the rest. So
Okay, that's good,
coming
man.
back.
There you go, brother. Yep.
Coming back, man. That's what we're gonna find some waiver wire games.
Yep.
Run the table.
That's right. That's right. So, do you have any waiver wire winners this week? Somebody you picked up and then plugged in and played?
Man, I was looking. I mean, Chase Brown is not necessarily a waiver wire winner. I don't think. But he had a decent week. Like he did pretty good, and still kind of is doing what I expected. I don't know. I mean, we had some guys we talked about last week that performed pretty well. But I just didn't play in my lineup. How about yourself?
I had one. I got him on our list for today because he still has pretty low ownership, but he is a running back and he plays for the Giants. His name's Tyrone Tracy Jr. And we'll get into his stats later, but a good waiver wire winner. 17 carries for 50 yards plus a touchdown, and went 6 for 6 on his grabs for targets for 57 passing yards. So the passing yard and the production and the touchdown is what made him a waiver wire winner because it was my choice between him or ETN. And so I made the wise decision by benching ETN because I think he ended up with negative points, like -1 or something like that. So he played in London, and there was talk all week about Tank Bigsby being the guy. And so I just wasn't feeling ETN. So I decided to sit him on my bench and go grab Tyrone Tracy. And I'm glad I did that because it all worked out.
Yeah, that's a smart move, brother. Yep. Is this dad in the league?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know why he's a junior, but maybe he could be. I don't know. I don't know much about the guy.
But his dad's in the league, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they should just be, the guy.
But, Tracy, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, let's get rolling.
Yes, sir.
I think we have a pretty long list here today, so
we do. Yeah, let's Yep, let's get on to it. So you've got 2 QBs, I've got 2 QBs. So hit me with your first one, then I'll hit one, and we'll rotate back.
Yeah, repeat from last week. I got Geno Smith on here. I got 3 stars on him. He's still 50% owned.
Okay.
Still producing. This week he went 284 yards, 1 tutty, also rest for another 72 yards. A little unusual for him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, hang on a second. I take that back. I was looking for the whole week.
Yep.
Bonus.
Yep.
10% owned.
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, look, man, he's last 2 games, 29 points and 26 points.
All right.
Threw for 2 touchdowns, and rest for another 61. I mean, he's a scrappy little guy.
Yeah.
And he's kind of be grasping it a little bit. He's got New Orleans coming up, a little tougher defense, and then Carolina coming up next after that. So.
Oh yeah, Carolina.
Yeah, he definitely scored some points on them.
Yeah.
On him.
Yeah. Okay. Very good, Craig. I guess I need to take another look at him and give him more chances. I think I kind of looked at him as the next version of God. Who was that Jets quarterback that was just terrible last year? I forget, but I think he's actually their backup over there.
Wilson?
Yeah. Yeah. So he kind of looked like him. I kind of thought maybe he was going to be another version of him, but yeah, it looks like he's turning it on. So yeah, with Carolina on the schedule, not a bad pick.
Yeah, one of those not a sexy offense, but once you overlook that, you realize quarterbacks actually putting up fantasy points. That's what it's about.
There you go. Yeah, totally. I guess I need to take another look at him. Bo Nix. All right.
Yep.
All right. I put Sam Darnold back down. I think we might have talked about him last week too, Sam. Maybe no, we didn't talk about last week, but we did talk about him in week 4, I believe. But yeah, he's resurfaced on the list. I brought him back up because 56% owned, so still under the 70% threshold. He had a down week 5. He was playing the Jets. Jets got a pretty good defense.
Yep.
And he's got the Lions next in week 7. I mean, Dak couldn't get anywhere against the Lions team, but other quarterbacks have been real successful against the Lions team.
Agreed. It's division zone too. Like that does tend to open up some point scoring a lot of times.
Yep.
Nice, brother. I like it. You got 2 stars on him.
2 stars, on Sam Darnold.
So I've got Jared Goff.
Okay.
Talked about him last week. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, week 4. I think the same time you brought up Sam Darnold. And as mentioned, he's got a little tough stop. Man, he showed up this last weekend.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
44% owned. He went 315 for 3 tutties, 27 points, 25 points last week. You got Minnesota, like you mentioned the other side of that. With Darnold, but you got Minnesota coming up, Tennessee, and Green Bay. I think all of those he can hang some good numbers on, especially with that offense, the way it's running.
Yeah, good schedule coming up. Yeah, that Minnesota-Detroit game might be a shootout. So, that could be a lot of back and forth in that one. So, I totally agree. And Green Bay, too, same thing.
Yep.
So, both of those could be, haymakers.
Right.
So, 3 stars you got on Jared Goff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I'll move on to Tua. I put him on here, 44% owned. It looks like he's coming back in week 8. He's got a lot of weapons, and he had a really good week 1. So assuming he does come back, Tua might have a good second half of the season.
Yeah, I like it, brother. It's one that sort of falls off your radar, especially when you hear McDaniel saying that he'll be back this season. But if he's running, he's supposed to come back week 8. That's encouraging.
Yeah, I think he'll be back. Yeah, I do think he'll be back. I don't think they can really, go with any longer with the quarterback they've been rolling out there. I think it's now or never with this guy. So that otherwise their season's gone.
Yeah, he's doing some of the small caps, like the
yeah, right.
The helmet, the helmet.
Yeah, that looks like the big helmets and Spaceballs. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of one I have on my phone. It's hilarious. Yeah. All right, so 44% owned, 2 stars on Tua. So we'll see where that goes. All right, let's run on down to running backs, brother. Hit me up with your first one.
Yeah, so I've got Monty Vidal.
Yep.
Vidal.
Yes, sir.
Like you said. 2.3% owned. He only runs 4 times for 11 yards, 2 catches. Introduced himself to the NFL with a 30-yard tutty catch.
Nice.
Right off the bat, his first touch in the NFL. So,
wow.
Pretty impressive, man. You've got the bus down.
Yep.
IR commission. Yep. For at least 4 weeks. We got the bus barn.
Bus depot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great handicap for J.K.
Yeah. I agree.
And J.K. still, the same thing when those guys were in Baltimore. They're both injury prone.
Oh yeah.
I know you don't like to hear that as a JK owner. I know you don't, but
yeah. Well, I'm only playing him in 1 league. I have him in 2 leagues, but in 1 league I can only play 2 running backs, and I've got King Henry and K9. So I don't even play JK in that league. So
yeah, good call. But good handcuff. Also, great spot if both of them are down.
Yeah, I totally agree, Craig. I've actually had my eye on him for quite a while. He did have a pretty impressive college record.
Yep.
So he looks like an explosive rookie that, given the chance to shine, I totally agree. He could be a league winner later on in the season if something were to happen to JK, which is not out of the realm of possibility. So pick up.
That's right.
3 stars on him?
Yeah, 3 stars on him.
Okay. Very good. All right, so I'll skip the next one because I know you want to talk about him, but let's go ahead and talk again about my waiver wire winner over there, Tyrone Tracy for the New York Giants. 3 stars on him, 45% owned. Week 6, he had 17 carries for 50 yards and a tutty. Went 6 for 6 on the grabs for targets for 57 passing yards. Back in week 5, he had 18 carries for 129 yards, and so he is an explosive rookie that should replace single-digit Singletary. And so, if the Giants were smart, they would just transition over to him and just let Singletary be the backup. But we'll see where that transpires. But that's why I've got 3 stars on him. It's assuming he keeps this job. But if Singletary comes and takes his job back, obviously he won't be a 3-star guy or anybody will be starting. So,
Yep.
Right.
I agree. I mean, I think you and I both can agree he should go take that job. It should be his backfield to lose at this point, but you never know. Never know.
Yep. All right, well, bump me back up to your buck.
Yeah, Bucky Irving. I've got 3 stars on him, man. He's we just talked about Tracy potentially taking the backfield. I think Bucky has taken this backfield.
Yeah, me too.
He's definitely the energy. I think we've talked about that before. He's the energy on this offense for sure. 58% owned. He had 14 touches for 81 yards in the tutty this week.
Mm-hmm.
Also got 2 for 24. And he's definitely taking the lead in this backfield.
Yeah, you're right. It's a great fit. Bucky playing for the Bucks. Yeah, perfect fit, brother. I love it. Yeah, I totally agree. I think that the Bucks organization understands that it's his backfield from now on. I think they're going to phase out that other guy that they were starting.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So 3 stars on Bucky. Yep. Good pick. All right, I'm going to go on over to Tyler Algier. And so I actually have my eye on him. I think I played him in a couple of daily leagues on DraftKings this week. I just had a feeling he was going to have a big game. He was going up against the Carolina Panthers. I put 1 star on him because obviously it's not his backfield. And so 30% owned. In week 6, he had 18 carries for a $105 and a tutty. He also converted a 2-point conversion, had 3 receiving yards on 1 grab. So yeah, it was everybody was eating. It was a buffet of scoring against the Panthers. The running game was unleashed against the Panthers. So Tyler Algier pulled his chair up to the buffet table and had himself a few plates of fantasy goodness.
Yep, I agree with you 1 star on this. I mean, he did have a good day. He's got a man on the radar. He's not someone that's going to completely let you down.
Yeah.
He'll get his touches during the game, but it's tough to predict when he's going to have that 18, 20-point game versus having that 5-point game, 6-point game,
Yep. Totally agree. So hit me with the Dolphin, Craig, and then I'll jump back up and finish my last running back.
Yeah. Go get this guy. 3 stars on him.
Mm-hmm.
Raheem Mostert.
Yep.
68% owned. Coming off a bye. This is my start.
That's right.
Like he's a man. He will. The A-Tune hasn't been doing as well with Mostert out.
Yeah, true.
They help each other.
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of like when Tony Pollard was behind Duke. These decent games. Tony Pollard was coming in and mopping up. Got that real change of pace back, and I don't think it's a little different situation. They both have speed. They both can take a pass from anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think he comes back. He gets put in the lineup. Get Tua back, as you mentioned. Week 8. This thing's rolling. This thing's rolling just like last year.
Yeah, then it's on. It's on for the rest of the season. I mean, we do play a 17-week season, so come back week 8, that still leaves you, 8 or 9 games. So, they've already had their bye, so it's game on, my man. When Tua gets back in there, it'll be thunder and lightning with Mostart and A-Chain. Get the train back rolling.
Get on board.
So, yes, sir. So we can't host a fantasy show without mentioning this guy. You talked about some fire and lightning over here. So if Mostart and A-Chain got themselves a duo down south in Miami in South Beach, well, I could see a duo forming up here in Tampa. over here on the Gulf Coast in Florida with Sean Tucker. Only 1 star now, only 1% owned. We don't know where this is going to go, but I can't host a fantasy show and not talk about this guy's production. Week 6, 14 carries, busted out of nowhere for 136 yards and a touchdown. Went 3 for 3 on his grabs to targets for another 56 yards and another touchdown. So he scored 2 tutties out of nowhere, and he had 55 return yards. So this guy just bust on the scene. Man, I think he had like 40 fantasy points in one of the leagues I was looking at. So yeah, we can't just let the week slip by and not talk about this guy. So he's on our radar. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
1 star for now. We'll see.
Hey, I'm impressed.
Yep.
99% of the other people sat there and watched this and were like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that chicken's lying behind the bottom of red zone, and like Tucker, who the hell is Tucker?
Yeah, Sean Tucker.
All
right. Yeah,
leading the whole league in fantasy points.
Yeah,
Sean Tucker.
Yep, 99% of the fantasy community has no idea who he is, and no one had him running except 1%. I guess that's his family and friends that had him.
Probably 99% of that 1% had him on the bench.
Oh yeah, nobody.
But I agree. That's hard to argue that performance, man. It's hard to have a fantasy show without talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just say he's on our radar.
Yep. Yeah. I like it.
All right, well, let's jump on down to wide receivers, brother. Who we got first? I know this is your favorite guys. So
hey, man, this was last week, and we'll talk about him.
Yeah. 49% owned. Yeah.
49% owned. Went from 33, 36% on last week. So, people started picking up.
Yep.
I've got 3 stars on him. I saw the targets, man.
Yeah.
He had, 9 targets this week, 12 targets last week, 9 targets the week before that. Obviously, that's with your boy Falco.
Yes, that's right. He needs to stay in there, man. He needs to.
I know, he really does. He really does. The problem with Richardson, man, is he looks at his first read, maybe his second read, and he's off and running.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hopefully, we just hope, holding the clipboard, some weeks when he couldn't go, watching Falco in there.
Yep.
How to do it. Maybe he took a couple notes, but you know what? That's second, third.
Yeah, exactly. He should know by now that that's who you throw to. Watch what Falco's doing and do the same.
Yeah, he's always going to draw number 1.
Yeah.
He'll take that number 1 defender almost every time.
Yep.
That leaves down.
I actually made the mistake of dropping Pittman because I saw Shefty had a report out there that he was about to go on IR. So I thought Pittman was going to be out for 4 weeks. And so I dropped him on Friday morning. And then I was driving back from Houston, and I heard a report that he did a full practice that morning. I was like, wait, what? Did Shefty say that he was out? He was going to IR? I don't know.
I thought he was supposed to be out too. And then when I saw him out on the field, I was surprised.
Yeah, my mistake. Yeah, I shouldn't have reacted so quickly. I should have waited to see, what happened on Sunday, but my bad. All right. So, yeah.
Okay, well, hit me with your fifth one, Ryan.
Okay. So, yep, I agree with you, brother. You're down with Downs. 3 stars on him with the asterisk and the caveat that Falco is the throwing to him. Richardson out there, we'll see. Yep. Okay, so I know you and I agree on this next one, but I'll skip it and let you talk about him. I'm going to talk about Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a name we probably should have talked about last Monday night because I think we were watching a Chiefs game, weren't we, last Monday night?
Yeah.
And so I don't know why we didn't talk about it last Monday night, but I'm giving 2 stars to the man. He's taken over the job for Rice. Rice is out for the season. I was kind of, waiting around to see what would happen with Rice, with those, they finally got the imaging results and got the doctor's opinions, all that. But anyway, 2 stars, Juju, 33% owned. Week 5, he had 7 grabs on 8 targets for $130. So he looked fantastic.
Yeah.
So, looks really good.
100% agree, brother. I probably bumped that up to 3 stars.
Yeah, we'll do it. All right.
That's 33%. He's not available anymore. He's down.
That's on the Yahoo side, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at all. So.
Well, I think with the bye happening last week is probably why people, decided to roll the dice and go with somebody that they could use week 6 we just finished, and then they're probably hoping to get him on the waiver wire, but I could have got him for free,
Yeah.
I picked him up in one league.
I'll take that.
Yep.
That seems low because I agree he's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's backtrack to Mario Douglas.
Yes.
I got 2 stars. He's 21% owned this week. 6 for 92 and a tutty. 9 targets this week. 9 targets last week. So that's what I love.
Yeah.
I see somebody go off and they have 3 targets and they have 3 catches. That makes me worry. But when you're seeing 9 shots, there's a pretty good chance you're going to catch 6, 7 of those. Pretty good chance it's going to get for 60 yards. I'll take it.
Yep,
so a touchdown there on top, awesome. But that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, totally agree, brother. He's a Patriot, right? And so 2 stars on him. I too have my eye on him. You and I both wrote him down this week. And another thing I like about him is they got Drake May coming in now, and so
you look good.
Jacoby Biscuit is the Biscuit era is done. He's back on the bench, and
Burnt those biscuits.
Yeah, he's back making biscuits for the players. So yeah. I mean, I think Drake May it's one of those seasons. At this point in the season, he's just going to air it out and just see what happens. Nobody expects him to win the Super Bowl this year. So they're just going to let him do what he does and see what happens. He'll probably be chunking it up, and this is the guy to throw to, I think. So
yeah,
good call.
He didn't look bad. He didn't look bad at all.
Yeah,
May,
you're right.
That is.
Yep. Yeah, Drake May, is that Drake? I don't
know.
Something May. Yep. Okay. All right. So I got a couple of you can just take your pick, really. A couple of these Packers wide receivers to talk about. I got 1 star on both of them. Flip a coin, whether you want Christian Watson or Romeo Dubs. I know Dubs had an attitude problem, and I think he decided to skip practice a few times. I think he was a little bit pouty that he wasn't getting the ball, and so anyway, yeah, they fed him. I guess he got the squeaky wheel treatment this week, I guess, and so did Watson. They pretty much had identical games. Watson's 41% owned. Dubs is 35% owned. In week 6, they both caught 3 grabs on 4 targets.
Dang.
Watson got you 68 and a tutty, and Dubs got you 49 and a tutty. So, if you're going to make your waiver wire priorities, I guess prioritize Watson, and then if you don't get him, go scoop up Dubs as waiver wire leftover. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's still, what's their number 1 guy? Is it Reed? Is that his name? For the Packers?
I mean, you say, I don't know. I think it's Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Wicks might get more targets than him. He gets to hit less than half of them.
Wicks hurt a shoulder. He's week to week now. I saw that.
He's not the number 1, but it's just so hard how many targets he gets.
Right, yeah. We'll take him out of the equation for the next couple of weeks because the coach said he's week to week. So he's got a shoulder injury. So I guess we're looking at Reed, Dubs, and Watts are 3 guys to look at for now.
If you want me to tell you my preference on these, I'm 51% Watson, 49% Dubs.
Okay, there you go. All right.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's literally that close. Like flip a coin.
Yeah, it is.
You don't know which one's going to have a great game.
Mm-hmm. I think Watson's the more talented of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he seems to be able to separate better. You know what I mean? And get open. You know what I mean? He's got better speed, I think.
He's got the bigger play.
Big play
but,
upside. Yeah.
Right, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to tight ends. All right. You want to start off, or you start off because you got 2, and then I'll go back to my guy.
Yep. So I got K-Dot on here.
Okay.
I have 1 star on this dude. He's 24% on. A little bit surprising on this week he was 2 for 15, 1 tutty.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just hard to pick these. It's hard to pick, which tight end might go, especially if you got somebody in buy that's decent.
Yeah.
And now you got to grab somebody at the waiver wire. But it's a scare.
Yeah, it is. It's slim picking.
Yeah, it really is, But I think Kane's got a decent shot next week. He's got Baltimore on Monday night.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll see. 1 star. I wouldn't waste the waiver wire pick. Just scratch one, Thursday, Friday morning. That might be something to look at.
Some K-Dot, someone to look at. Plays for the Bucks. So yeah, I mean, Baker is looking like the OU Baker this season.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oklahoma
guy, I think he probably had a talk with himself in the offseason and just said, you know what, Baker, just go out there and be Baker. You know what I mean? Just do what play like you play and just do it. And that's what he's doing this season. So it looks great. All right, well, I'm going to go up here to Kermit. Cole Kmet. 3 stars on him. You and I were both watching the London game and texting back and forth with each other that morning. And, 67% owned for Kermit. Week 6, he had 5 grabs on 5 targets, so very efficient. Caught all of them for 70 yards and 2 tutties. And it kind of looked like Caleb was just locking into him. It looked like he was, like Caleb was either going to throw to Kermit or he was going to run. And those were his 2 options. And then it looks like he was, and if somebody happens to be open, and maybe it's an Allen week or maybe it's a Moore week, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, his first touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
that was a design play for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Fake to the left, fake to the right, hit him in the middle.
Yep.
That was the only option on that play.
Yeah.
So they're designing plays for him. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
And he seems to be getting the target stuff. Now I love the pick.
Yeah. The comparison I was, chatting with you about on Sunday morning was, Lamar Jackson on his early years, hitting Mandrews all the time. Mandrews are running with it. So this might be kind of the blueprint that Caleb and Kermit are working with.
Yep.
So
I agree.
All right, who's your last tight end, brother?
Yeah, got Zach Ertz on here. I've got 2 stars on him.
Okay.
If you've got somebody to buy or maybe worth a waiver wire pick, actually. 3% owned. 4 for 68 this week against then we get the Panthers defense next week. So, Daniels is getting the ball around the field, man. He's giving a lot of people opportunities, and Zach Ertz is becoming the beneficiary of those.
Yeah, he plays in an explosive offense right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to grab any pieces of that Commander's defense with both hands right now. So yeah, for sure. I looked at him a little bit too. When I was making my list, I did see that he got double-digit fantasy points, so he was over 10. So yeah, looks good.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, every now and then you might pop one in the end zone too.
Yep, exactly. All right, so let's roll through these last 3 minutes. I'm gonna kind of just do some rapid fire on. Well, hit me up with your defense you brought to the table, and I'll rapid fire these others.
Yeah, I brought the Bengals to the table. Their defenses have been looking fantastic this whole year, but they've got the Browns going up who can't be worse, man. Their offense is anemic.
Oh yeah, they're garbage. I think they're 1-5 right now, so they can't win a game. Yeah, and I think the coach keeps saying that Watson gives him the best chance to win. I'm like, what games are you watching? You know what I mean? Can you really do any worse with Winston? Jameis Winston. I think it's Jameis Winston time as far as I'm concerned. But
I'm 100% with you.
He's got a cannon, man. I want to see him unleash that cannon to Amari Cooper.
Doesn't he have 50 touchdowns or 50?
I think so.
The Bucks.
Yep. I want another season like that. I could care less if the Browns go 1-16 this season. I could give a shit. I just want to see some, touchdowns. I want to see 50 touchdowns. Yeah.
I'm with you.
All right, so let me rapid fire these others. We got the Broncos playing the Saints. With the Saints with no Carr. Rolling out that rookie.
Yeah, Broncos look good.
Easy pickings. Broncos have been solid this year. Bills over the Titans. Pick on the Titans.
Yep.
I don't know if the Bills are out there, but if they are, go grab. Sometimes people rotate. Jags are playing the Patriots. That's a London game. Sometimes some London games are pretty good for defenses. You know what I mean? And the Patriots, are kind of crummy. So that might be some easy pickings there. The Commanders playing the Panthers. Another one to beat up on. Easy to pick on. And then the Rams, not that they're that great, but if they're playing at home, I forgot to look if they're playing at home or on the road, but they're playing the Raiders. Raiders suck. So another team you can beat up on. So
I agree.
All right. Who are our kickers?
So a couple of interesting looks here. Will Lutz against New Orleans. Seemed to do pretty well against New Orleans. And like I said, with Bo Nix earlier, like the Broncos moving the ball. So, but he's also there a rookie. Doesn't have that red zone experience either. So I think
Yeah.
Willock's will be pretty interesting this week. Also, it's pretty interesting. He's got double digits, single digit, double digit, single digit, double digit, single digit. All
Oh,
season.
okay. You saw a pattern forming there. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Well,
So
he was
he's
single
looking for
digit
a
last
double.
week.
He was one.
He was single digit last week. So
Okay. So double digits coming up. All right.
double
Got
digit coming up.
it. I like it. All right.
And Will retired with the Vikings
Okay.
playing Detroit coming up.
All right. In a dome. I guess they both play
Yep.
in domes. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be one of them. Okay.
Yep. And
Right.
we're starting to look pretty good this year.
Very good. All right. Well, that about
Cool.
wraps up our time today, brother. We're 30 minutes in, so good luck putting your picks in for the waiver wire and grabbing some folks, and we'll be enjoying the games. Let's see, we got a game Thursday night. We got a London game coming up next Sunday morning. I think that might be one of the final installments of the London series. Not sure, but then we'll be watching all day Sunday Red Zone action and back at you next Monday night after Monday Night Football, brother.
That's right, brother. Good luck out there on the waiver wire. See you next week.
All right. See you next week.
All right, brother.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.